Hey guys, it's the Nexo Ninja here today, and 4 weeks ago, I bought Super Mario Odyssey, and I actually 100%ed it today. I got all 999 moons, and I was thinking to make this video sooner, as soon as I just beat the normal story mode, but I decided to wait to film this video until I actually 100%ed it, to tell you my opinion on the full experience in the game. I got a total of 65 hours in the game, and I love it. The reviews are true. This is one of the best Mario games you'll ever play. It's fun, it's great, it's worth the 90 bucks I paid for it. Tax sucks incredibly bad, but that doesn't matter. I'm just gonna talk to you about the stuff I like, and yeah. Now, the game is really fun, and there's a lot of times where it shines. And my opinions on where it shines the most is the capture ability. When this game was announced, I was weirded out by the capture ability, and some of the previous videos I made before playing Odyssey, you can actually hear me say, I was weirded out by the capture ability and Cappy. But me actually playing through the game, I love Cappy. He's a great character, and the capture ability is really fun. I love possessing things like a hammer bro and all that stuff. But yeah, there's also a bunch of hard moons, which I'm actually making a separate video on, my top hard moons in Super Mario Odyssey. But we'll wait later for this. Some of the boss fights are really fun. The brutal fights are all boring, all of them, except for the big brutal mech thing. That was actually a pretty cool fight. The dragon fight was pretty cool, and of course, the Bowser fights. Any of the Bowser fights was definitely fun. A nice little cool gimmick about the game is the costumes. I love using the costumes. My favorite costumes. I'll probably make a video about talking about my favorites. But some of them are the Luigi costume, the Super Mario 64 costume, the Dr. Mario costume. Just basically anything that references past Mario games is like my favorite costume. The developers really did shine in this game. They worked really hard, and I love every second of it. The kingdoms are really great. The story's meh. Let's be honest. Oh no, Peach is kidnapped again. Mario, you gotta save her. It's that same story, but I remember when I first put in the cartridge to Super Mario Odyssey and seeing Bowser beat the crap out of Mario. That was awesome. Perfect way to start off a game there. The DLC is pretty cool. The Luigi's Balloon World is pretty fun. I found it a quick way to make some cash as well. The graphics for this game are beautiful. Some of the moons don't need to be there. I'm looking at you, stupid volleyball and stupid skipping rope. Yes, but I did have trouble with some moons, but so does everyone. It is rewarding collecting all of it. Getting all 999 moons is definitely a reward, as well as purple coins. Purple coins is definitely fun, where you can spend money on souvenirs and, costumes. I think that's a fun gimmick. Collecting them was pretty fun, because you didn't know where they'd be, and they weren't ridiculously hard to collect like some of the moons. Another thing I like is how all the kingdoms are unique and have unique civilians. And I kind of didn't like this, but it kind of makes sense. That you can't access the majority of the moons until you beat the story mode, which kind of sucks, because I kind of wanted to get it all before beating the story mode, and I couldn't. I think I got 300 in my story mode run, and I beat the story mode with 300 and something, and then I started to collect all the moons. It doesn't actually take that long to get all the moons. Like, each kingdom will take you like an hour or 2 hours, depends if you're stuck on a moon or not. Definitely really fun. It's even fun on the go. Like, I went on vacation with my family in the summer, and I brought my Switch along and played Odyssey, and it's still a blast playing it on the go. It's it's pretty great game. But the thing that I wanted to talk to you the most about, does this compete with past 3D Marios? I think it does. The ones that I say beat this is the original Galaxy for me, and it's tied with 64. I say the original Galaxy is better than this just because of nostalgia, and I'm a really big fan of the original Galaxy, but this is good enough to actually tie with Super Mario 64 for me. I love Super Mario 64, and this game feels feels great. If you're not into 100%ing games, this is still your game. You're gonna have a blast playing through the main story. Yeah, I really just love this game. I could talk on and on about how much I love the game. Nintendo has really polished this game and really made this game the best game they could, and that's really great. Really fun experience. Playing with friends is fun if you're Mario, because I was playing this game over the summer with my cousin, and I was Mario because I bought the system and the game. I'm gonna play as Mario if I want to play as Mario. But yeah, it's actually quite frustrating sometimes to play in multiplayer, because you'll be like, okay, I'm going to do this, and you go to chuck Cappy, but the second player just goes in the alternate direction and doesn't do what you think you want them to do, and you're like, oh, crap. So if you're wanting to have a goofy time and just mess around, 2-player mode's good, but if you want to actually 100% the game and be totally serious, then solo plays better with it. Some of the moons that I found, weird. The sheep moons, I hated the majority of the sheep moons. They sucked. The music moons, half of them were bad and I hated. Half of them were mediocre. The Toadette missions, achievements, meh, that's all I have to say to them. They were there, and it doesn't matter, because if you don't focus on the achievements and just pretty much 100% the game, you can then come back to the Mushroom Kingdom if you have every moon, and then she can be you get the majority of the moons. Some of the moons I had to look at, like, okay, what do I need for achievements? And like buying costumes. I'm like, oh, okay. And I bought some of the costumes, so there's that. The harder boss fights are meh. I mean, yeah, it's cool that you actually have to go back to fight them, but you get a moon from fighting a hard version of them. That's pretty weird, in my opinion. But yeah, it's a really great game. I really do enjoy it. Just playing through it is a blast, and it is one of the games you'll ever play. It's really enjoyable, really fun, and assist mode. That's a thing. I mean, I played the game normally through normal mode because I ain't no wimp, and there were certain times when I wanted to switch to assist mode, but I'm like, no, I'm a true Mario gamer. I'm going to do this. And yeah, and there I did. But if you went to do assist mode for some moons, that's okay. And if you played the entire game through assist mode, hey, it helps you get better at video games in general. So that's cool too. There is one more thing I definitely do want to talk about, and that's the moons. Some of them you find obviously, like some of them are really not well hidden, and you'll just be like, oh, moon right there. Some of them are really well hidden, which you'll never find. Like, I was, like, there's certain kingdoms I'm in, and I'm missing, like, 2 moons. I'm like, okay, where the hell are they? And I ended up having to YouTube them and everything. But this is sort of just, like, my short opinion. I wanted to go more into detail to stuff like costumes and the moons I disliked. And the moons I do like, but I feel like I want to make videos in the future, top 10, top 5 lists or stuff like that, talking about it. So, so bought this game 4 weeks ago, and the funny thing is, a few of my friends have the game and had it for a few months, and they still haven't 100%ed it. But I'm very dedicated to my games. I actually got the Captain Toad remake before this, and I put the game down to get everything in Odyssey. It's really great. The developers did a great job. Really fun. And yeah, so in the comments below, tell me what you guys think about Super Mario Odyssey. Yahoo! It's a great game. Highly recommend it. If you're a Switch owner, buy this game. It's definitely worth it. One of the best 3D Marios, one of the best Mario games of all time. But that's just my personal opinion. You could always tell me what you think about Mario Odyssey. It's definitely a great game for me, and thank you guys so much for watching. And this has been I Just Played Super Mario Odyssey.